What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Justin Ford podcast, where I'll be releasing life-changing principles and valuable information focused on all things faith, finance, family, fitness, real estate, and so much more. Let's go! What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Justin Ford Unleashed podcast. Super excited to be with you here again today. I hope you've been doing great since the last episode. If you're loving this show, do me a favor. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button here on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform. And if you're really loving the show, drop us a 5-star review. Tell us how you are enjoying the show and what you love most about it. If you haven't followed me yet on social media, you can at The Official Justin Ford. At The Official Justin Ford. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, and also on YouTube. Got another great show in store for you today. But before we get into that, I wanted to remind you that this episode is brought to you by my friends over at Next Door Lending. Next Door Lending is a team of professionals that believe everyone should be treated as if they lived next door. The founders and team members have more than 150 years of combined loan experience helping clients all over the country choose the best loan program to help you accomplish your goals. Next Door Lending is currently licensed in 26 states and has a team of over 100 loan officers specializing in helping you get the best rate and terms. Whether you're looking to refinance your home or you're looking to purchase your next home, call my friends over at Next Door Lending today at 888-885-3667 or visit their website at nextdoorlending.com. Guys, we talk about a lot of things on this show, and I'm always looking for ways to communicate different topics, ideas, guests, things that can help you as an individual live a better life, perform better, become better at what you do, and overall live an abundant life or an unreal life, as we say over at Clever You, living your most unreal life. And so, one of the things that I've been really researching and working on for myself is self-care. I'm 40 years old, at the recording of this episode, and I'm always looking at, especially now, of how can I perform better? How can I feel better? How can I take care of myself better? And I've had, a lot of different guests on the show. I've had a coach on the show before, Coach Kate Simon. She has really been an amazing coach for me in the real estate industry. And after hiring her 4 years ago and seeing the results of having a coach, I really began to dial more into this concept of finding people who perform at a higher level or an elite level or have an experience level that you're looking to have. Meaning maybe you're looking, to make more money. Maybe you're looking to sell more homes. Maybe you're looking to have a better marriage. Maybe you're looking, overall something that you're looking for better. And, when you think about those different areas of your life, you can try to figure it out on your own, or you can find somebody, a coach, a mentor, somebody who's already performing at a high level or an elite level in that area of your life, and you can learn from them. And so I've been on this journey for like the last 4 years of, having different coaches in different areas of my life. And how can I find peak performance? How can I feel my best every day so that I can show up and be my best, so I can perform my best, so I can get the best results possible? And I want to talk to you about one of those areas today. And I want to talk to you about sleep, right? Because I believe when it comes to success and performing at a high level, there's two types of topic when it comes to sleep. Some people are like, sleep is for when you die, right? I don't need to sleep. I can run off of 2 hours or 3 hours every day and just crush it and kill it every day. And then you hear some people that talk about the importance of sleep in order to perform better, in order to show up better, and in order to really feel your best. And what's interesting is no matter what time I go to bed, and I'm not like a late night guy, I'm not up until like midnight, 1, 2 in the morning. Some people, work late. Some people watch TV. Some people play video games. Some people go out, right, and go to the bar or hang out, and they come home. No matter what time they go to bed, they just, They might have only a few hours of sleep. They get up and do it all over again. And for me, I'm usually, I would say usually in bed somewhere between 10:30 and midnight. And it's not that I'm up doing something specific. It's just usually kind of when I go to bed. And it depends on the day, but every single day I usually wake up within a period of time somewhere between like 5:15 and 5:45. Automatically, my body just wakes up. Don't even need an alarm clock. I'm just up. And so one of the things that I've been doing is I've been looking at my sleep pattern. I have a Fitbit, so I use my Fitbit, and it kind of tells me, based on the technology in the Fitbit, what my quality of sleep is, how many hours of sleep that I actually got. And then it kind of looks at the different, and you might not know this, or you may, but there's different like levels of sleep. You have like your REM sleep, which is more of like when your brain is working. They say that you kind of dream in your REM pattern or REM category of sleep. Then you also have what they call deep sleep. This is where, it could be considered REM and deep sleep. It's kind of happening at the same time. And then you also have restoration sleep, where your body is restoring itself. It's healing itself. It's working on itself. And so there's these different patterns or levels of sleep. And so when I'm looking at my Fitbit app, I can kind of see where I'm sleeping. It also kind of calculates if you're restless, like if you're tossing and turning and all of these things. And so what I've been doing, over this period of time, I'd say, for a handful of months, is when you wake up in the morning, how do you feel? If you feel like you're energetic and you feel like good and you jump out of bed, rather than just jumping out of bed and feeling good, what did you do the night before? What did you do the day before? What led to that good night of sleep where you woke up in the morning and you felt great? Or you wake up in the morning and you feel like crap, right? You're groggy. You're like, oh my gosh, I feel like crap. And you kind of drag yourself out of bed, and it sets the tone kind of for your whole day. Same thing. What did you do the night before? What did you do the day before? What caused you to maybe feel that way? And what I've been doing is really trying to study my patterns, specific things that cause me to wake up in the morning and feel energized and refreshed and restored and just revived. And then there's the days when I don't. And I'm like, okay, because I don't think anybody likes getting up in the morning and feeling like crap and lethargic and having to drag through the day. We all want to feel great when we wake up. We all want to feel energetic. We all want to feel like we had a great night's sleep. And so what I've been doing is I've been studying this, I don't even want to call it a myth, but you hear some people, you don't need sleep. You just need to grind. You need to push through it. And then you hear some people like, well, no. Your body really needs sleep. Okay. And so last night I went to bed like super early, had a rough day. Yeah. I have rough days just like you. And I got into bed, I'd say, I could tell you actually, because it's right here on my phone. I fell asleep last night sleeping, not just getting into bed, but I fell asleep at 9:12 p.m. And this morning, my body needed a little extra sleep. So I actually did wake up around that time frame I normally do, and I slept an additional hour. And so I went to bed at 9:12. I woke up at 6:37. My Fitbit scored me at 7 hours and 52 minutes with an 82 score. So what's cool is this app kind of gives you a sleep score, but then it tells you, like, based on a weekly average, what your average amount of sleep is. And so in previous weeks, my average is under 6 hours. Last week, 5 hours, 57 minutes. The week before, 5 hours, 52 minutes. Week before that, 5 hours, 37 minutes. The week before that, I got a little extra sleep, 6 hours and 26 minutes. Geez, the week before that, 4 hours and 43 minutes. And then it's averaging just under 6. That's basically my average. And I feel pretty energetic when I wake up in the morning and I'm ready to go. but I'm also looking at other things like how does getting enough sleep really benefit you? Because we're told that you should get about 8 hours of sleep, right? They say you should get about 8 hours of sleep, and some people are like, where do I get 8 hours, right? I'm going till late, and I got to get up in the morning and just keep running. But for myself, where I am right now, I'm looking at every possibility of how can I get better? How can I feel better? How can I show up and perform better? And so what I want to do is I want to give you 8 health benefits of sleep. And I've been studying this, right? Because I've gone on 3-4 hours of sleep, but I've also, like last night, woke up after having a long, good night's sleep and feeling refreshed and restored. And, we understand the importance of eating good and drinking water and exercising. But what I've learned, and I've got some notes here, is getting quality sleep is an important component of your overall health. Now, this is obviously going to be my take on it. I know some people might come on the show like, you only need a couple hours of sleep, this, that, and the other. And actually, when you study people who perform at a high level, or people who are famous, or people who are successful, everybody has a different take on sleep. But here's 8 health benefits of getting enough sleep. Number 1 is an improved mood. We all want to have a good mood. Nobody wants a negative mood. And sleep restores the body and improves energy levels. So waking up well rested can have a big positive impact on an individual's mood. For those that fight depression or anxiety or irritability, a lot of that can be caused from lack of sleep. However, developing a consistent sleep routine often resolves these symptoms, right? Number 2 is a healthy heart. We all want a healthy heart. We all want to have good cardiac health, right? Nobody wants to have a bad heart, right? And so in this study and in my research, getting quality sleep actually promotes good heart health. It says during sleep, heart rate slows down and blood pressure decreases. This means that during sleep, the heart and vascular systems are able to rest. However, insufficient sleep is a risk factor for unwanted cardiovascular events. Lack of sleep causes blood pressure to remain high for an extended period of time, increasing the risk of heart disease, heart attack, and heart failure. Again, guys, I think we live in a time in society or a time in history where we hear, go hard, give it all you got, balls to the wall, 10x, all in. Like I said, sleep is for when you die. And that's all good. But if lack of sleep causes a lot of heart issues, health issues, then it's definitely something to consider, okay? Next one is regulated blood sugar. Regulated blood sugar. Sleep impacts the body's relationship with the hormone insulin, which helps blood sugar or glucose enter the body cells. The cells then use glucose as energy, and sleeping 7 hours or more each night helps ensure blood sugar is regulated in the body. How about that? Maybe, if you have diabetes or you have, blood sugar that is not normal, how much sleep are you getting? And maybe getting extra sleep can help that, right? And I'm not a doctor, so I'm not saying if you do this or that. So these are not like my, opinions. This is just in research that I've done. So obviously you want to follow your, what your doctor is saying. However, adults who get less than 7 hours of sleep at night are at an increased risk for type 2 diabetes. Without enough sleep, the body's resistance to insulin increases because cells are not able to use insulin appropriately, which leads to too much sugar in your bloodstream. It's interesting, right? And again, most of us really probably don't know the benefits or the lack thereof of sleep, right? And so number 4 is improved mental function. I have a trainer, who I've trained with, and actually he was on the show last year, Nate Furlong. Go back and listen to that episode. And I actually believe we talked a little bit about sleep. And what Nate talked about is that 8 to 9 hours of sleep is what a lot of actors and actresses get to be at their prime when, filming a show or preparing for a movie, because they have to be at such an elite level of clarity and focus and mindset and energy to be able to remember their lines, to be able to, be at their peak performance. And so improved mental function. It says sleep is believed to help with memory and cognitive thinking. Brain plasticity theory, a major theory on why humans sleep, points that sleep is necessary so the brain can grow, reorganize, restructure, and make new neural connections. These connections in the brain help individuals learn new information and form memories during sleep. In other words, a good night's sleep can lead to better problem solving and decision-making skills. Now, on the contrary, a lack of sleep can have a negative impact on the ability to think clearly, form memories, learn well, and function optimally during the day. The ability to think quickly slows down after only a week of insufficient sleep. Accuracy on tasks also decreases after a week of getting 5 hours of sleep or less each night. Sleep-deprived people perform poorly in the activities that require quick responses and attention to multiple tasks, such as driving. I also saw that in my research as well, that you're more likely, it's actually double the chance of getting into a car accident if you're not having enough sleep than the person that gets more sleep, because your reaction time is less. Very interesting, isn't it? Next, restored immune system. Restored immune system. It says restorative theories of sleep suggest that sleep restores and repairs the body, making people feel refreshed in the morning. During sleep, the body produces growth hormones necessary for development in children and adolescents. These growth hormones also repair tissues and cells in people of all ages. The body also produces cytokines during sleep, which support the immune system in fighting infections. Then it says inadequate sleep can impact the body's immune response to infection. Chronic sleep loss can make an individual more susceptible to common infections such as a cold, while insufficient sleep over time can lead to greater risk of immune deficiency. It's again, we hear all of these different ideas. Do we need sleep? Do we not need sleep? I don't know about you, but these are pointing towards the importance of getting more sleep. How about the next one? Stress relief. Are you feeling stressed right now? Getting appropriate sleep each night can help manage stress. When people wake up refreshed, they avoid the stressors that come with functioning while sleep deprived, such as poor performance, difficulty thinking clearly, and lack of energy. Quality sleep can also reduce anxiety, depression, and other mental health strains related to stress. And so some people, let's say they can't sleep at night, right? They have a hard time going to sleep. And I know there's probably some people listening right now where you're saying, well, you know what, Justin, that sounds all great, but I can't sleep. I wake up in the middle of the night. Can't go to bed, this, that, and the other. Again, you have to look at your environment and look at what is it that you're doing leading up to sleeping. I know one of the things that it talks about is not being on your screen, not being on your phone right before bed, not being on the TV, like giving yourself time to wind down. Very important. Next one, athletic performance. Sleep is a key element of athletic recovery and the body's production of growth hormones, and it's at its highest during sleep. These growth hormones are necessary for the repair of tissue and likely contribute to muscle growth. Most athletes require 8 hours of sleep minimum for restoration to avoid overtraining and improve their performance. This is scary. Without sleep, athletes are at risk for lowered performance, fatigue, and changes in mood, and even injury. It heightens the risk for injury. The potential for injury rises even more when an athlete's sleep time decreases and time spent training increases. So you're pushing your body, go, go, go. I'm all in, beast mode, 10x, 100 miles per hour. And sooner or later, your body hits a wall or runs out of gas, because we can't run 100 forever. We have to take time in order to reset, restore, and renew ourselves. So let me give you the 8 health benefits of sleep. Number 1, improved mood. Number 2, having a healthy heart. Number 3, regulated blood sugar. Number 4, improved mental function. Number 5, restored immune system. Number 6, stress relief. And number 7, athletic performance. And then last but not least, number 8, maintaining healthy weight. Maintaining healthy weight. Now you might think, well, man, I never knew that quality of sleep and getting enough sleep has an impact on my weight. Well, it does. Quality sleep, in addition to exercise, stress management, and healthy eating choices, is an important part of maintaining a healthy weight. During sleep, the body naturally produces more of an appetite suppressor called leptin, while reducing production of the appetite stimulant ghrelin. On nights of too little sleep, however, production of ghrelin increases and leptin decreases. As a result of lack of sleep, it can lead to a greater feeling of hunger and body weight retention. Interesting, right? So interesting. And so we think about these 8 benefits of getting enough sleep. How do we get better sleep? I want to give you a couple of tips here, okay? Here's some tips. Number 1 is create a consistent sleep schedule. I'm working on this with my coach right now. He said, Justin, you need to set a time that you're in bed no matter what, okay? He says your success for the day starts with your success the night before. What do you need to do the night before in order to ensure you have a good night's sleep so you can get up refreshed, restored, energetic, and get out the door, okay? And number 1, it starts with creating a consistent sleep schedule. Right? There's apps for this. You can do your Fitbit. I'm sure if you have an Apple Watch, Android Galaxy Watch, or there's different apps to help you set a sleep schedule and follow it. Number 2 is make a quality sleep environment. Although individual preferences may vary, most people sleep best in the dark, quiet, and cool bedroom. I've been looking at this. So I take an ice cold shower before I go to bed now, and I sleep in a very cold room. Joy doesn't like the cold so much, but I love it. And then I sleep really good. If the temperature is too warm and it's uncomfortable, I can't sleep. I need to be able to sleep in a colder environment. And you definitely would never want to stay in a hotel room with me because I'd literally drop the air conditioning down to like 66. I personally like it cold. It definitely helps me sleep better. The next one here is avoid caffeine, nicotine, and alcohol before bedtime. As we all know, caffeine is a stimulant that provides a boost of energy and alertness. Obviously, cigarettes, there's nicotine that causes you not to be able to sleep. So if you're smoking a cigarette right before bed, probably not helping your sleep. If you're drinking and then going right to bed, it's not really helping you, have a good night's sleep. And so avoid caffeine, nicotine, and alcohol before bed. Next one, exercise. Exercising during the day can make it easier to fall asleep, and daily exercise is associated with better sleep quality. And so if you aren't exercising and you want to find out a better way to sleep, start exercising. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could just be walking. It could be, running. It could be doing something to get your heart going. Next one, I just mentioned this a few minutes ago, avoid screens before bedtime. Setting electronic devices aside at least 30 minutes before bedtime can make it easier to fall asleep, okay? The eminent blue light within the devices can disrupt the body's natural production of the sleep hormone melatonin and make it difficult to fall asleep. So if the last thing that you're doing before you go to bed is you're on your phone, set aside 30 minutes, finish up your phone time, lay in bed, read a book, do something to fall asleep better. And then last but not least, if you're having issues sleeping, talk to a doctor, right? There's sleep quality, institutions out there or places that you can go to learn how to sleep better and be able to ultimately find a good night's sleep. Because guys, if these health benefits really come from getting a good night's sleep, how important is it then to do everything that we can to get enough sleep so that we can get up the next day and we can feel great about the day? My goal is on this show is to really bring different topics that can help you as an individual perform better, live better, feel better, so that you can ultimately show up better and live your most unreal life. I appreciate you guys tuning into this episode. If you guys love the show, do me a favor, share it with some friends or some family. If you haven't done it already, hit the subscribe button here on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform. And again, feel free to go ahead and leave us a 5-star review. Before we wrap up the show today, I do want to remind you that this show was brought to you by my friends over at Next Door Lending. You know, Next Door Lending is not just a sponsor on our show. Matter of fact, I don't even allow sponsors to sponsor the show unless I have a relationship with them and personally work with them. And I've been working with Next Door Lending for some time, and all of our buyers we work with Next Door Lending on. And Next Door Lending has a perfect 5-star rating matter of fact, over 600 5-star ratings online, a perfect A+ Better Business Bureau rating, and they're absolutely incredible. And if you're a buyer looking to purchase a home and you need a great lender, call my friends over at Next Door Lending. You know, if you're looking to refinance your current home, call my friends over at Next Door Lending. And if you're a real estate agent like me and you're looking for a great relationship with a great mortgage lender, call my friends over at Next Door Lending today at 888-885-3667 or visit their website at nextdoorlending.com. 2 things that I always like to leave you with here as we wrap up the episode. Number 1, it's not how you start. What matters is how you finish. And number 2, with God, all things are possible. God bless you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.